All right, Carlos, this is your house. This is what he did to the front. This looks really good. It would be nice if he cleaned it up so now you can see all the dirt and it's just kind of dirt. So mulch would be fantastic if that's available. So we mulched this last fall. It's starting to get sparse, but at least there's still a little bit here. I'm watering the grass because he came through and aerated it, so it's full of all these mud pieces that, you know, it's clay here, which is awesome. But I'm gonna have to try to figure out how to water down here, which would be next. All right, so I'll walk over to the side. All right, so he seeded this. I watered this earlier, as you can see, the wet grass. He cleaned up, I think those are the neighbor's bushes, but either way, this was all huge. I don't know if it was bushes or weeds, but they're gone, and now it's mud. But I don't know if there's seed here. It looks like there's seed, so I watered it anyway. That looks like seed to me. So I watered it. We'll see if grass grows. And then there's all the weeds still. Okay. He trimmed this bush up and those two. We'll go this way real quick. So this was the tree that everybody else cuts down, and then it grows back. It was going over the house as if, I'm getting watered. So hopefully those will sprout new leaves, which he said that they would. And then all of this now is all raw dirt. But then over here, he buzzed down all the little, they used to be like little teeny, I don't know, bushes that were probably a foot or so high, but they got kind of half buzzed and half not buzzed. So it just kind of looks really, here, let me back up so you can see. Not very pretty. I don't know if you can tell how, I don't know, whatever. But a little bit of mulch and maybe I could pull some of these weeds, but I guess I'm not really sure. I would have rather he just left this the way that it was. I wish we would have communicated a little better if he understood me. But anyway, all of this got aerated, as you can see. So all these pieces of dirt, I haven't watered over here yet, so hopefully that will help some grass grow. Okay. This here he aerated and put seed down, but I don't think grass is going to grow here because all of this, as you can see there, all the neighbors' water from up above the hill all comes crashing down that tube and through our tube as well, and washes, as you can see, the path of the river. It washed all of our mulch away down there, all the way down into the street, because it goes down so hard. So we'll see how that ends up. Oh, by the way, this is what I showed Mike of the windows rotting. You can see a little bit of what is going on there. Glimpse of that. All right. So now, oh, see, it's already, water has come down. You see that? I just stepped. So I don't think grass is going to grow on this spot, but we'll cross our fingers. All right, so here's all of the ivy. This was all supposed to be taken out. As you can see, this all did not get taken out. It's all, I'm afraid to take my hands in here for snakes. But this stuff was not the problem because I already pulled all of that off the house. And you can see this hose. Maybe we can add that to the list of something to get fixed if possible, because it just is a waste of water. I mean, this is like the 10th bucket that I've dumped out. But that's another conversation. So anyway, I don't think he did a whole lot with his ivy besides like mow it down. And then he just trimmed all these beautiful bushes. This bush used to look like that one. accident. And now it's this sad bush. That's okay, I guess. So I don't know, this is just gonna stay this way because obviously grass is not growing here. Those shoes were underneath all the ivy, believe it or not. Okay, so then back here, he seeded, put some straw down, which I'll probably put some more straw down because there's still a ton of mud. I watered all of this. So I'm hoping we can get some grass to grow here. This used to be a massive, massive, beautiful bush, even bigger than the one I just showed you. And now it's all, and all these two. These were two huge bushes here too, as well as that one. And now that they're gone, it's just dirt. And I mean, I guess it's possible he put seed down here, but I mean, I don't know. You tell me what you think. If you want to leave it that way, or if you think it would look better with mulch, like not worry about the ivy because that looks like a massive, massive project, and instead like do some cute edging and like mulch this area where it's, and he didn't chop those down, thank God. Those at least, this is what they used to look like in the front yard, and so it covered up all that dirt. But anyway, so all of this, and you can see, and then I'll walk over and do the shed while I'm out here. Oh, he cleaned up this whole area that was all full of brush and bushes, and I asked him to leave these big ones because they are privacy from the neighbors. Okay, so the shed. Here's one example of the shed. Here's what I don't know if you can see this or if it's too dark. I'm afraid to lift it. But apparently all of that's rotted underneath on the roof. This wall's okay. All of this is, let's see if the phone will adjust to the light. All rotted underneath. But this is where it gets really bad. So this used to be a plant, and by the way, now I know that plant that they tore down was an actual bush because the neighbors have them and they're actually quite pretty. But this, when we moved in, was this huge dead bush. I mean, the thing went up super high, and so I tore them all out. You can see the roots that were there. Margarita just pulled it out farther than I had, but behind it, now we know that the shed had a hole in it, and it's starting to, just all this board needs to be replaced, and this side's okay for the most part. Then the deck just needs some boards replaced. You can see I tried to pressure wash it, then I ran out of gas. The difference that it makes, but like this board right here, it moves. You can see that if you can even tell. But yeah, and then there's some more boards like that up here. There's one big hole back there that I've got covered up with a chair because I don't want the kids to have their feet fall into it. All right, so let's go to the side of the house. I think this used to be a tree. I don't think there's much you can do with it. It's all like root system. But I mean, I don't know. There's still just a ton of weeds on it, so I'm assuming that's just going to stay the way that it is, and there's nothing you can do about that. He buzzed down the neighbor's bushes. Wonder if they'll appreciate that or not. I don't know, because you can tell this used to be covered and it was not out in the open the way that it is right now. And now it just kind of looks sparse and depressing. It's just all weeds. But it is what it is. So here's the side yard. Look at how ugly this is now. It used to be ivy, which actually made it kind of a little bit prettier. I don't even know what you want to do with that. If you want to leave it, it's your house. But he did pull the majority of it off the house, but it still is all attached to the ground here still. You can see I just pulled one out. But these are all still attached. So, yeah, you can see here. still some. I don't know if that regrows, but anyway, I pulled all this stuff down and went up out the window and tried to get the majority, and I couldn't get that big one, but I got as much as I could off before he came. But you can see it sticks its little legs apparently to the side of the house. Oh, I just noticed this little spot. So anyway, that's that. This again used to be one of those big, beautiful bushes. And it's just this very sad side of the house now. See how cute their side of the house looks? I'll show you our neighbors so you can see how cute. Not that I'm saying you have to do this, I'm just showing you. And ours. That big, huge, ugly Halloween ivy. I have no idea how to get that down. So anyway, we're back to the side here. And that's it. I'm gonna go move the sprinkler.